Well, hello. Welcome to painting therapy. This is a special time for me. I love it. We are going to jump right on in here. I'm very excited about this painting today. I imagined this interesting mountain range with this clear water line going up. We're on a lake and we're looking at this mountain, and the sun is going to be slashing across it very dramatically. There's going to be very dramatic colors with these beautiful pink clouds. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. All the way to the top here, covering this canvas with this beautiful sky color that I mixed earlier. And before you joined us today, I covered this entire canvas with a thin, even coat of burnt sienna mixed with odorless paint thinner. And then, using that burnt sienna, I made this underpainting sketch. Now, this sketch accomplishes two things for me. It's somewhat of a value map, showing me where the dark parts of the picture should be, but it also informs where the brush strokes should go. And that's important for us. The direction of these brush strokes are communicating quite a bit. Now, this isn't going to be a hyper-realistic painting. It's not going to look just like a photo, but it's going to be more impressionistic. I am going for naturalistic colors in a human, expressive manner, with bold brush strokes, with vibrant value changes, with very hard shadows. I love this kind of painting. I love this style of painting. This is the alla prima method, which means I'm going to do the whole thing today. I'm going to work on this in one go. I'm not coming back for fixes. I'm not coming back a week later to add things. Just a quick impression, capturing my emotions of the moment and what I wanted this painting to be in one go. I like that. I like that. For years, I struggled trying to find the kind of painting that I enjoyed. I saw a lot of artists doing photorealistic work, and I thought that if you wanted to be a great artist, you had to make everything look just as good as a photo. Perfectly real. But then I realized that the human perspective, the human hand, this is what makes painting special. It's not photography. And I really admire artists who are able to be so patient and careful and make their work look hyper-realistic. But that's not my ability. That's not who I am. I don't enjoy painting that way. I think there's two kinds of painters. Some like to move their arms like this, and others like to get in there and get everything just right. And they're both very valid. They're both valid. However, if you've never painted before, this could be a great starting point for you. It's very simple. I use mostly one brush. I don't use any medium with my paint except for this quick undercoating. But the rest of the time I don't use linseed oil. I don't use paint thinner. It's just quick and easy, you know. It's just a wonderful way to get started painting. And you can do it. Anybody can paint. Anybody can paint. I really believe that. If you want to paint, you'll put in the hours. You'll put in the practice. And if there's any secret to painting or anything in life, it's practice. It's practice. And why do we practice? Is it drudgery? Is it work? Is it hard effort? No, it's what we want to do. And that's the secret. If you find something in your life that truly makes you excited to get out of bed in the morning and get something accomplished, well, that's what you should be doing. That's an innate, natural energy. And I believe that that is life itself. That excitement can really give us meaning and purpose when we're excited to do the work that we want to do. And when we spend many years or decades of our life working for others, doing things that they want us to do, it's nice we can get a paycheck. That's nice. And that's important, to live and to have food. But it's also important to enjoy your life. Enjoy the time you have, because that's all we have. That's all we have. You can buy fancy things. You can write fancy books. You can accomplish many things in your life, but you don't own anything. You are a traveler. You are a visitor. This earth is your home for a little while, and you can't take anything with you. You come and go, just like these clouds. Humans aren't things that last forever. We are evolving, changing things. I'm going to mix up more of this sky color. We're going to have some of this white, some of this blue. Going to mix that together. A little bit of burnt umber. There. A little bit of yellow ochre. Nice. We'll keep going across the top of this sky. Now, as we go down, I want to vary the color and make it a little bit lighter. We're going to fill in this entire sky, and then we'll do the clouds. And I like to work going farthest to closest. So we'll start back here, we'll work forward, do the mountains, and finish up here with the water. And in just a short time, we're going to have a finished painting. Something we can be proud of. Put on the wall, remember. But that's not the point of painting. And I say this all the time. It's important to remember that people admiring your work, paying you for it, saying how great you are, that's not why you're doing this. That's not where art comes from. That's not where it comes from. A desire to show off, to seem important. That's not true art. That's a cheap imitation of art. We see it all around us. We see it all around us. People just trying to get attention, admiration, doing whatever the audience wants them to do. They say, politicians do this all the time. People all around the world do this. They say, what do the people want? I'll do whatever they want so I can get money, so I can get fame. I'm going to do what they want me to do, and I'm just going to do it, and they're going to give me money. What do people want? Oh, they want this kind of music? I'll write that kind of music. That's not art. You know, I want a little bit of purple. I love my purple. Here we go. Beautiful purple color. I'm going to put it right by this blue. Kind of getting crowded here in the corner. That's okay. That's okay. Just a little bit of purple. The smallest amount. Don't need much. There. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Let's sort of blend this in here. I wanted to get more purple in this corner. There. Yeah, what we do with our time matters. Let's do what makes us happy. And a lot of people struggle, and I did for years, knowing what I even wanted to do with my time. I think that's the problem. Many people think, well, people want me to do this, people want me to do that, so I'll do that with my time. They never even ask themselves the question, what do I want? What do I want to do with my time? That's the most important question. You deserve happiness. If it's good and you like it, do it. Whatever hobby it is, do it as much as you can, without a thought of the reward or where it will lead in the future. Because when you think that way about where the art will lead, that's not art. That's the trick. You do it for the joy of it. You do it for the joy of it. You do it because you love it. That's why we make art. That's why. So if you've struggled, if you've thought, oh, I'm not creative, you just haven't tried the right thing. Follow your heart. Follow that little voice. You know what to do. And a lot of times it's remembering. When you were 11, 12 years old, you knew. It was pure. You knew what you liked. And then as you grew a little bit older, you probably, if you're anything like me, started to feel social pressure. The system got to you, didn't it? What should I do? What do people want me to do? How do I fit in? How do I make friends? I don't want to be an outsider, someone weird. So I'm going to try to act like everybody else. And then we forget who we are. Happens to many of us. Happened to me for many years. And then I remembered. That was very important for me. My life changed when I remembered. When I woke up. Are you awake? Maybe you are. Maybe you are. I hope you are. I hope you are. Many people aren't. Many people are asleep. They don't see things. And I know this because I used to not see things. I didn't look. I didn't truly see. I was lost for many years. And I thought life couldn't get better. I thought things just would keep getting worse and worse. I thought life was drudgery and pain. But it's not. That was just a story I was telling myself. All right, we're going to keep going here. All right, we'll start to mix up a slightly lighter color in the sky as it goes down. Gonna add some yellow ochre, some blue. There. All right, working our way down here. Just keep going down and down. Good. Little strokes with a little brush on a big canvas. This is fun. A lot of artists will use bigger brushes. That's normal. And I did for a while, but I didn't enjoy that. I do what I like when it comes to painting. And I discovered that I like this method. Little strokes. But remember, artists are always changing, and you always have permission to change. Any opinion you have, anything, any belief you've held in your life, you can change. You can change. You can go back on something you said earlier. You can say, well, I changed my mind. I realized that life is better when I live it this way or that way. And that's okay. We can change. It's important to be able to change. It takes humility to change. You got to be humble. People around you are going to say, you're different. You're changing. I don't know if I like this. I was used to the old you. I was friends with the old you. Well, now I've changed. Oh, well, I don't like that. Well, sorry. Darn it. We don't need to just be pleasing everyone in our lives, being who they want us to be. We can be who we want to be, and we can change, and that's okay. That's okay. It's important to see life that way. So many times we fall for this illusion that we have so much control, that we control our lives, when we really don't, very much. Life is like falling down a mountain. You're a boulder, and you're part of a landslide, and you're falling down a mountain. And you think that if you try to cling to the things falling next to you, you could brace your fall. Oh, I'm going to grab onto this tree. Oh, there's a little rock to grab onto. No, everything's falling with you. It's all corroding and dying around you. I know that's grim. But that's truth. Everything around us is, like the song says, dust in the wind. It really is. We are clouds. Transient, changing. And the older I get, the more I realize that. You want things to stay the same. You hold on to a moment. You hold on to a period of your life. I want to be younger. I want to be the way I was when I was younger. You can't be. Embrace it. You are a changing organism. You're not just a noun, you're a verb. You're probably more of a verb than a noun. You're happening. Your life, your change, your evolution, you're all of those things, and you're happening. We don't need to live life pretending that we live forever. All right. Really love this sky so far. Oh, we'll work our way down. It'll get lighter and lighter. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, let's mix up a little bit of a lighter color now. Some more white. More blue. More burnt umber. We'll make it lighter. And I want to add a little bit, just the smallest amount, of this turquoise color. Ooh, I like that. Pretty. All right. Now, this is not a traditional painting class, and I apologize if you stumbled onto this video thinking that that's what it is. That's not what it is. This is painting therapy, and for me, this is my therapy. Welcome to my therapy session. I share things that are important to me, things that I've been thinking about. Now, many times when I'm painting, my mind is so involved in the painting itself that I'm able to kind of access some truths that are locked in me, good advice, that good positive voice that everyone has. And that's important for me. I'm able to hear that. It's like an encouraging parent. Hey, you can do it. Keep up the good work. Keep it up. All right, right through here. Nice. Right up to these mountains here. This will be good. Right up to the mountain sketch, but not overlapping it. Not overlapping it. We don't want these different values and colors to touch much. We'll blend them later. Right up to this. Nice. A lot of paint. A lot of paint. Now I'm painting on this linen canvas. It doesn't have as much bite or texture as a normal canvas. And I prefer linen. It's got a wonderful texture to it. It's easier for me to paint on. I enjoy it. Finding the brushes you like, finding the paints you like, this will take time. When you first start, just start. Just start painting. Doesn't matter how. You'll learn what you like through trial and error. And embracing that is important to learn. Painting isn't this linear curriculum that starts at level 1 and then goes to level 2 and goes to level 3. No. Painting is something deeper than that. Now, you do have skills that you can learn. You can take a painting class and learn skills. But really, it's about the hours that you've put in. It really is. And at the deepest point of art is that mindset. That's important. Where are you coming from? What space were you in when you painted this painting? What were you thinking about? Were you absorbed in who said what to you and some horrible thing that's happening in your life? Money problems, health problems. We don't think about those things when we paint. Those all go away. And we focus on this moment. We don't think about those things. It's a meditation. And what I've discovered is as I have painted and participated in art more and more things in my life have become my meditation. They really have. More and more things. To the point where now I can be in that space, that artistic space, most of the time. Sometimes I forget. I fall for the illusion of life. I take life so seriously sometimes, and I forget. It's just a play. It's just a song. It's just a happening. My little life story, the one that's unique to me, it's not real. It's just in my mind. The past doesn't exist. Don't base your identity on what you've done. Base it off of what you're doing right now. Be here now. That's truth. That's truth. We get so caught up in our minds, in our thoughts. We start believing our thoughts, our stories. And that's what it all is. Life is a bunch of stories that we tell ourselves. Oh, but this situation in my life is so critically important because of this reason and that reason. And we create all this drama for ourselves. And we like it. We like the drama. Humans love it. It makes us feel important. It makes us feel like we have something to do with our time. Drama, 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 drama. All a bunch of drama. It's not real. It's just make-believe. It's in our minds. We love it. Our egos, that part of ourselves that we are so sure is real, it loves the drama. Well, you started it. Well, you said this to me first. It's not how we should be living our lives. It's a limited way. My little story, my little perspective, my little opinions, governing my view of the world. But if we step back, if we just assume for one moment that we don't have all the answers and that we don't really know anything, when we come to a moment without preconceived notions, without our little opinions, and just perceive, wonderful things begin to happen. We begin to enter reality. I firmly believe that for many years of my life, I was dreaming. And then I woke up and I saw life for what it was. And I realized that for many years I was dreaming. And I slip back into it sometimes. I slip back into the dream. The dream is kind of like this for me. You know when you're watching a movie and you get all worried for the main characters because you start believing that it's real. That happens sometimes for me when I'm watching a movie. I start believing that it's real and I get all scared. It's just a movie, folks. Life's just a play, a grand illusion. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. It's all make-believe. This is real. Being immersed in a moment, that's real. Not our thoughts so much. Not our little human thoughts. Those don't matter. Ooh, I want to add a little bit of a pinkish something through here. So we'll take this color and we'll add a little bit of red and some white. Gonna add some more white soon. Let's add some red. Oh, fun. Very, very fun. All right, coming up here. Now, I don't want you to believe me. Please don't. I'm speaking to myself. Don't listen to people. Don't be a follower. Please don't be a follower. You have to find your own path. That's where the truth lies. The student who's constantly looking for that achievement or that perfect message from the teacher where they'll finally get it, they'll always be the student. They'll always think they have something to learn. When you realize that there is no true master, when you realize that nobody really knows what they're talking about, things really become more free. Now, there's science. Oh, people can prove incredible things with math. That's great. But life advice, things that you should do, ways that you should live your life, right and wrong. This is right, this is wrong. No, this is right, this is wrong. It's all perception, so it's all opinions. It's all little people giving their little opinion. That's all it is. Little opinions. Ooh, I like this. We'll keep going down here. Yeah, good. But we do struggle to know what we truly want. We do struggle. Because for me, it's always a question. Well, not always, but sometimes. I have to think twice. Do I want this because society tells me I should want it? Or do I want it because I do? There's a big difference there. There's a big difference. Society wants us to be a certain way because it needs certain kind of people. You know? It wants us to act a certain way. So I sometimes think, well, is this something I want? Or is this something that I think I should want to want? I remember I was that way in junior high school. I was 13, 14 years old, and I started wearing these skater shoes. All the people my age, even if you didn't skate, you had to go get skater shoes. I didn't skate. I did a little bit. I pretended. Oh, I can skate, yeah. But in my high school and junior high, yeah, it was cool to wear skater shoes. So I said, Mom, can we go to the store and buy these $70 pair of skater shoes that are uncomfortable, even though I don't skate? She said, okay. Just so I could fit in. But then I learned my lesson. Fitting in doesn't make you happy. Being yourself makes you happy. Sometimes we're just so blind we don't know what we truly want. So we say, well, I'll just fit in. And that is kind of a sacrifice. We're denying who we truly are, what we like. We're letting a little part of us die, and we're living less when we fit in. Living less. I'm really liking this. I'm going to step back and look at what we've done so far and kind of analyze the color. All right, some more of this beautiful color. Through this area. See, the sky becomes, it starts blue and then it becomes a little bit yellowy. Becomes more orange and greenish a little bit teal, and then a little bit of pink. And that's fun. I've been looking at a lot of Japanese woodblock art recently, and just really getting into it for the first time, seeing how it's made and seeing the process, and it's really opened my mind. Makes me see the world in a new way. I remember when I first learned about Monet, and I started seeing Monet's paintings. I started seeing the world kind of like Monet. That's the exciting thing about painting, about art. It can help us see the world in a new way. It can change our lives. And each of us see the world in a different way. And if we paint the world the way other people see it and not the way we do, we won't really be experiencing the true enthusiasm that comes from painting. We won't be. But as soon as we find our unique way of seeing the world, and we aren't afraid anymore of expressing it, we aren't afraid, then we can share our way of seeing the world. And people will see it too. The trick is to believe in the way you see the world, and to honor it, and to accept it, to love it. Even though you know it's flawed, even though you know that others have seen it perhaps in a more commercially viable way, at least we can know that our way is true. All right through here, working our way down with this pink color. Very subtle color changes. Very subtle here, and a little bit lighter. Very subtle value shift as we go down. Very, very pretty. All right. We are going to start working on these clouds, and I'm sure we'll visit parts of the sky again as I see parts that I want to work on. But I'm very happy with this, and it's just looking like a whole lot of fun. Whole lot of fun. So let's keep going. What I want to do now is sort of lay in some of these darker parts of the clouds. Not too much, but a few strokes of dark, and kind of a sort of a darker blue color. Let's make something here. A little bit of this white. Let's see. We want some blue, some white, and some burnt umber. That'll be important. There. Yellow ochre. And some red. All right, coming up here, just a few marks here and there. Just a few. Something like that. And some through here. Maybe on the base of this cloud through there. Putting in the darkest values first. Now this is important. We have to be patient. It's a lot of fun to get to those highlights, but we've got to be patient. Got to put in some of these darker colors. And that's important with oil painting. Sort of put in the darker values first and then work lighter and lighter in each area. All right. Very good. Nice. And a little bit right through here. Not too much. Don't want too much paint on the canvas. Kind of want to scrub these areas. Move some of that paint. There. Nice. All right. Now we'll mix up some of this. Now I have this wonderful cloud color. And start placing this in some of these areas here. Right through here. Ooh, look at that. That'll be good. And then as we go through this, we'll brighten them up and we'll add highlights here and there. Give them some character. I love painting clouds. Clouds remind us that things can be beautiful and temporary. As humans, we like to hold on to things. Hold it tight. Pretend that life isn't the way it is. If we just hold on to something tight enough, maybe we'll be able to keep it. But it's not true. We can't keep our health. We can't keep anything. We have far less control than we think. Far less control. So, the only sensible thing to do is to relinquish control. To finally humble ourselves. To say, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I thought I knew. I thought I knew, but now I know I don't. And when we can humble ourselves and admit that we don't know, there's this quiet confidence that finally enters our lives. A quiet knowing. Took me many, many years to understand that. Many, many years, a long time. A lot of hard years. I've suffered with depression in the past. I really have. If you're somebody who's deeply depressed and you know it, there's hope. There's hope. sometimes the most tender and caring among us. Some of the most sensitive people are the people who experience depression. Sometimes we're the most sensitive and tender. Sometimes artists are that way. Sensitive souls, sensitive people. We feel deeply. And that's okay. Takes all kinds, doesn't it? Not everyone's the same. And some people, they probably seem like they don't. They don't feel deeply, but they do. They do. We all do. Some more of this color. Let's get some white. A little bit of red, a little bit of orange, a little bit of burnt umber. Nice. And some yellow. Good, good, good. All right, coming up here, we're just going to place in some more color into these clouds. Thinking about the angles and what's happening. Each little part's important. And when we're painting nature, we want to be a little random. It's okay if your hand is a little shaky. That's okay. But be confident. Be confident when you paint. It all comes across. We feel it. When you're timid and cautious, you don't believe in what you're doing, we can feel it. We can see that. If you don't value your unique perspective, it'll be difficult for you to be taken seriously. It will be difficult. You must value your perspective. Cherish it. Honor it. Believe in yourself. Believe in the way you see the world. Because that's where the happiness is. That's where the joy is. That's where the fulfillment is. In your unique abilities. We're not all the same. We're not all the same. You know, I think I'm saying this because committing and really deciding to do this painting show was admittedly a little embarrassing for me. A painter. I've decided to paint things. I've decided to be a painter. Oh, that's interesting, Thomas. Yeah, I decided I like to paint things. I know that doesn't instill confidence in people who know me. They might think, oh, Thomas is off his rocker, and I feel sorry for him. He thinks he can be a painter. He thinks he can talk to people and share his thoughts, and then that will be a good thing for him to do. It's a little embarrassing for me, the reactions that I got. You know, the little subtle facial expressions from friends and family. Oh, painting. Okay. That's what you're doing now. All right. And you'll feel that too. Possibly. I think some people are lucky. They're born in situations where the people around them really believe in them. And I don't. That being said, I've had many people believe in me. And I'm very appreciative of that. But I don't expect anyone to. Why should someone believe in me? I don't need that. I believe in myself, and that's all that matters. That's what truly matters. If we believe in ourselves, if we know that what we're doing brings us joy, then it's okay. And it's okay. Makes everything fine. All right. Ooh, this is very pretty. A little bit of this darker color through here. Gonna make this stand out. Nice. Little marks. People might wonder, oh, what's going on in an artist's mind? What are they thinking about? You know, I try to turn it off. I know that sounds strange, but my mind isn't very helpful when it comes to painting. Doesn't really help me much. I prefer just letting my mind go, trusting my hand, turning my mind off. That's sometimes when I'm the happiest. When we don't jump to judgment, or don't jump to assuming that a certain thing in the world could benefit us. And when we don't seek an outcome from a certain activity, there's an innocence to it. There's an innocence to the approach, a childlike wonder. And that's important with art. Rick Rubin speaks about creativity. And he says that creating music, because he works with a lot of artists, should be like a diary entry, something just for you. And no one else has to see it. Now they will, but when you're creating it, that's not your priority. It's not what it can do for you that matters. It's what it's doing to you. It's about this experience. All right. Really liking this. Coming through here. Working this color in. Nice. Blending parts as I see them and kind of fluffing up these clouds, thinking about clouds, thinking cloud thoughts. Very nice. Very good. Very, very good. Just blending some of these areas. Sometimes it's about putting new colors on your brush and applying them. And other times it's about kind of blending what you have. Kind of two different things, two different mindsets. All right. Good. I think I want a little bit of separation here. There. Then I can come in with a slightly lighter color. Place some highlights on these clouds. A little bit of orange in there. There. Not too much. Not too much. A little bit more white. All right, just a little bit through here. Not too much. Just a little bit brighter. Nice. Brighter through here. And on this guy, let's have the sun be hitting here. Not too bright. And the reason why I want these clouds a little bit darker than usual is because I want these mountains to be the brightest. I want your eye to go here. That's important for me to know where the eye is going to go. So in this painting, I want you to look here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then over here, and then over here, and then go around. Ideally. But your eye will do what you want. But it's nice to have a plan to know where people should be looking. I like that. All right. Move right through here. There. Kind of build some shape into this cloud. Look at that. Good. Trying to keep it random. I don't want little fluffy puff balls. You don't want that all the time. But when you paint, you need to paint the way you want. Any kind of clouds you want. That's important. Do what makes you happy. I say that a lot because I don't think I hear it enough. I don't think I hear it enough. Good. Ooh, pretty. And down here. All right, some of this darker cloud color through here. Nice. Kind of filling this in with big strokes. We'll blend more in a minute. Maybe it comes down like that. Little guys back there. Now, as clouds get lower to the horizon, there's going to be more little guys because they're farther away. That kind of helps create the depth in a painting. There. Good. Now we'll get this dark color and we'll kind of work it in through here. Give some shape to these. Right on the base. Nice. Ooh, that makes it look more three-dimensional. That's good. That's good. There. I think what I want to do now is just blend more of these areas. Kind of have things be a little bit more wispy, more movement. So I'm going from the sky into the cloud, kind of just going back and forth, random little marks, trying to create some sort of movement here. Kind of blending some of these areas together. Good. Energy, cohesiveness, movement. Where's the wind going? Maybe it's going up like that. There. Good, good. Like that. And like that. It's kind of turning. Every artist prioritizes different things that they like. And that's okay. That's okay. When you're truly moved by something and it excites you, that's art. That's your art. That's your life's purpose. That's your meaning. Find it. Some people never do. Or they do, but they deny it. They deny it. It's hard to be true to who you are, especially when people laugh and people call you names, and they will. You can't accomplish anything in this world unless you're willing to be the villain in somebody's story. Understanding that for me was a big shift. When I was younger, I thought the world was clearly divided between good and evil. There's the good guys and the bad guys. And good always wins. But that's not true. The world is messy. The world is not cut and dry. And the bad guys think they're the good guys. Everybody does an action. This is what I believe. Everybody does what they think is right. They're doing what they think is right. What's right? Well, I was thinking about this earlier. Let's say there's a company, and there's these two employees who are laughing and talking. They're on the assembly line there in the factory, and they're talking and laughing and just having a good time. Maybe not paying quite enough attention to what they're doing. And then the boss comes by. Hey, this isn't good for the factory. This isn't good for what I want. Therefore, stop it. Stop having fun. But those two employees were creating a new friendship, which is good. So in terms of a new budding friendship, that time that they're spending is good. And two people can be in the same situation, and one can think it's good and one can think it's bad. But is the decision made of love or fear? That's what matters most. Is it a decision made of love for other people, for nature itself? Or is it a decision made out of hate and anger and fear? Those are always wrong decisions, no matter what. Those decisions are never right. And we can fight against those. It'll be clear. We can stand up for something. We can fight for what is right. Sometimes. Sometimes that's important. All right. I'm really liking this, blending this sky. It's a lot of fun. Okay, now I want to take this blender brush. See this? It's big. I just bought it and I'm excited about it. I've used it once. Let's see what happens here if we just fluff some of these areas. Ooh, I'm liking that. Very soft. Cleaning it off with a paper towel. Just fluffing these areas. Nice. Just being very gentle. Just a little whisper across these clouds. We don't want to remove all of our brushwork. We want some of it to remain. But some of these areas will be very soft. Very soft. Ooh, that's pretty. Normally don't fluff things, but this painting deserves it today. This painting needs it. There. Ooh, right through here. Fluff these clouds up. Fluff them up. I remember waking up on Saturday mornings, watching Bob Ross on PBS every Saturday morning. And right after him, the Yarnell School of Fine Arts was on, and he was an acrylic painter. And I enjoyed him too. And he taught how to paint. But Bob Ross taught us how it should feel to paint, which is very important. Painting is a wonderful, wonderful feeling of empowerment and creation. It's a wonderful thing. Ooh, beautiful. Just a soft, beautiful sky. Right through here. Ooh. That's just great. I like this new brush. Bought it just 2 days ago at a hobby store. Nice. I bought a lot of brushes. They said, what are you doing with these? I'm a painter. Oh, wow. And you can be a painter. If you've never painted, just say, I'm a painter. And start painting. Goodness gracious. If you want to do something, just do it. Just going across here just so softly. There's a few hairs here and there. Trying to get it off the canvas. There. Good. Just beautiful. A lot of variation, a lot of fun in that sky. I like it. All right, let's work on this mountain. This is going to be a lot of fun. I have this blue color. Ooh, deep blue. Right here. This contrast against the sky is going to be just gorgeous. A lot of paint. A lot of paint. Working it into the canvas. Vibrant blue color. Right along here and down. There. Ooh, that's really working. We're going to do all the shadows. All of them on this mountain. Then we'll place in the lighter parts and the highlights. There. Darkest colors first. Now, the mountains are far away, so I don't want this color to be too dark either. wouldn't be totally dark this far away. All right. I like that. All right. Let's keep going. A little bit of that color right on the top here. Right through here. I don't want too much paint, though. Not too much paint. But some of this blue. Nice. And then we'll have some right here. Kind of working down and over. There. Nice. That's going to be great. And some blue through here. Just on the edge. A lot of snow up here, and this is the dark side of the mountain. And the sun's coming from the side. Way over. Like that. Very good. Scrubbing this in. Maybe some dark spots through here. And through here. There. Just testing this value, seeing if I like it. I think I do. I think I do. Beautiful. I want to go along this edge with this blue color. This is the tree line. Trees so far away that the mountain and the trees look like the same color. Really far away. Very, very far away. I lived in Washington State for a couple of years. Beautiful area. In the Olympia area, the capital of Washington. Yeah. One time I took a gondola ride up to a mountain, and you could see all around. But unfortunately, when I got to the top, it was so foggy that you couldn't see anything. Sometimes life feels that way. You want to know what's coming next, but you don't know. Being comfortable with the uncertainty. That's been difficult for me, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. Being more comfortable with not knowing the answers. You know, I've been thinking lately, what happens? What happens when we finally give up? Relinquish control. We have tried everything we can to have the life we want. We've worked so hard, and none of it's working. And we're still not happy. We achieve all the things we actually wanted, and we're still not happy. What happens after we've worked so hard? Well, what happened with me, I think what's happened with many people, is they relinquish control. Relinquish control. All right, I want a little bit of a lighter blue. I'm going to take this color and add some white. There. All right, coming up here on the shadow side of the mountain. Oh, I like that. A little bit of this lighter color on top of this darker color. This is a lot of snow in the shadows. Ooh, I like that. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Big, confident strokes coming down. A lot of snow on that side of the mountain. And coming over here, all in the shade. Not in the direct sun here. Coming this way. Kind of cradled here in this part of the mountain. Wonderful. Oh, that's great. All right. And over here. Top of this. And through here. Kind of make this ridge kind of stand out. Nice. Fun, isn't it? All right. I want to just work in some of these brighter areas just so we know it's working. I'm going to grab some white. It's going to be very, very bright, but not too bright. Some white, some orange, some yellow ochre. Mix that together. There. All right, and then underneath this lighter snow color, I want something a little bit darker. Let's add some more orange to this. There. So, not a lot of paint. Not a lot of paint. We're going to scrub this in. Really scrub it in here. This will be a lot brighter in a moment, but we need these darker colors underneath. So the snow has something to sit on. Gotta have these contrasting colors in different areas. Like that. Good. All right. Maybe while we're here, we'll add some of this over here. Nice. There. All through here and through here. Good. All right. Now this bright snow color. This is really going to pop. Cleaning my brush. All right. Coming up here with this bright white paint. And then we'll add even lighter after this, but watch this. It's going to start to come alive here. This whole area. Oh, this is fun. There. Kind of paying attention to these angles. Where's the mountain going? What's happening? There. Coming through here. Down. Nice. And through here, got some snow that's in the sunlight. Good. And right through here. So there's basically in these light areas 3 different colors. Darker, medium, and light. I just go over them. Different textures to build up some information here with the brush strokes. All right, a lot brighter now. And I don't want to mix this completely. I want to mix this partially. There. All right, taking this, we're going to now lay this brighter snow on top. There. Really let this be bright. Some more. These brighter areas we can really put a lot more paint on to kind of exaggerate the texture of it. It'll catch the light and it'll look very pretty. Very pretty. Ooh, there. Ooh, I love these snowy mountains. They're very fun to paint. Very fun. Very enjoyable. Ooh, so bright through here and right here. Some darker color through here. Kind of separating those two. Placing the snow on top. Nice. Very good. Very, very good. All this part is in shadow here. We're not a little bit of darker areas. Kind of even darker than that. Some burnt umber. Here. Just kind of darker. There. I like that. Come through here. Ooh. And right along here. That can be in shadow from this brighter part. Some of that blue got into this orange, so I'm gonna kind of go over it again. There. Good. Really a lot of paint in these areas, a lot of paint. Don't be afraid to use a lot of paint. Thinking about the direction of the mountain, where things are going, and we can change our mind. Change things around. There. Oh, that's going to be fun. Okay. Let's have some of this darker orange color kind of with some burnt umber. We can kind of put it through here. There's no snow here. So this is kind of the color of the mountain showing through. And we can make it kind of this brighter color. There. Nice. Working down. Rest is in shadow. On the edge of this mountain here, I want to kind of define this edge. On the top, I want it all to be very, very clean lines here. But on the edge, I want it to be blended a little bit. So, we're going to go along this line here where the sky is. Sort of blend these areas just slightly. Different angles, different strokes. Cleaning the brush periodically. There. Wonderful. Very nice. All right, I think this is starting to give me an idea of what we're going for, and I like it. More of this darker orangey color, kind of through here. What parts of the mountain showing. And through here. Sure. Why not? Why the heck not? Painting should make you happy. It really should. Painting should make you happy if you're supposed to be painting. And if painting doesn't make you happy, then you need to find the right thing. You need to find the thing that makes you happy. The thing that really works for you. It's out there. Don't give up hope. If you haven't found it yet, you could. You could. You really could. A lot of lines through here. More texture. Nice. Building mountains. It's always fun. It's always fun to build a mountain. Come through here. There. And some of this darker color. Ooh, nice. Wonderful. All right, let's continue working. I want some more of this orange with this color, and I want to just kind of put on some darker areas once in a while. Kind of peeking through the snow, here and there. There. Just a little bit. Go over some of these areas again. But I want it to be a little bit messier. Good. And coming through here, we'll have some more snow. Kind of like that. Coming down like that. And right through here, we can have a lot of bright snow. Kind of placed in. Good. Good, good, good. Some of this brighter, shadowy snow color. Place it through here. Ooh, let's make this ridge right here have some snow on the top. Try to have a clear idea of what you're trying to build when you paint. Try to have an idea, but follow your instincts too. Follow your instincts. They'll guide you as a painter. They'll guide you to know what you want to paint, how you want to work. And as we keep being creative, as we keep doing what we like, we really find out how it works for us, how to apply it in our lives. Oh, I like to wake up at 9 o'clock, and then I get to work for 3.5 hours, and then I have lunch, and then I come back and work for a couple more hours. And see, like, this is the way I like to work. And I just made that up as an example. For me, I find that I'm most productive from around 10 o'clock till about 2. 10 o'clock till about 2. All right, coming right through here, a little bit of a lighter color. Nice. I want to place in a few darker areas, not too much, just a little bit. There. Scrub that in. Work that into the shadow side of this mountain. All the way down. We'll really blend it into the sky. No harsh lines here. Blend it. All the way up. Nice. Farther away, giving a sense of depth. A little bit of depth. Good. Kind of adjusting some of these angles here. Thinking about where the sun would be hitting. There. Like this lighter blue snow. There. Can really fill that up. Coming through here. There. Kind of make a bunch of it through here. That'll be fun. Bunch of snow kind of cradled in there. Nice. Maybe could have this be like that. Have some snow underneath this. In the shade, kind of like that. Good. And down here, down there. It's really coming together. Let's do some of this lighter area. Take some of this orange, mix it though so it's not quite as dark. There. Kind of go over some of these areas to give the snow something to sit on. Just some rocks. It'll peek through a little bit. Some more orange, that'll be fun. There. Love the orange peek through. Some yellow. Ooh, that'll be fun. All right. Now, oh, I need more white. More white it is. All right. Wonderful. We'll add some white over here. Make a bright snow color. Let's test it right here first. All right, that's working. Okay, coming over here, kind of the snow kind of come like that. Then that. I want to do the shadowy area right through here. Good. And a little bit through here, just a touch. Not too much. All right. Some more of this snow color. Sort of like that. Coming down. Let it mix with that color underneath. Smear. There. Good. And then drop down. Ridge is right here. Like that. There we go. It sure is fun. Painting is very, very fun when you can create a world, something you can make. And the best part about it is immersing yourself into that world. Giving up and just going into the picture, kind of like on Mary Poppins. Same thing. Go into the picture. That's what artists are doing. They're really, really just leaving here and going away and working. Artists like to do that. And if you're an artist, you have a permission to be weird. It's okay to be a little weird if you're an artist. You have permission to be weird. I like that. Because I'm a little weird. Always felt a little different. And when you say you're an artist, you sort of have some extra permission to be a little more weird. Because an artist has really decided who they are. They know who they are. They know who they are. You might wonder, oh, how do I know who I am? Just try to remember. It's there. It's there in you. Just try to remember what it was like when you were younger. The confidence you had. The enthusiasm that you had for life. You can have that again if you don't have it now. Some people do. That's good for them. They're lucky. All right, more of this orange. I kind of like this. I want the sun to really be hitting this. Just orange color. Nice. We're coming right along here. This is turning out great. I want to brighten this up. Put a bunch of snow through here. Good. Very, very good. Brighter snow through there. Really catch some of these areas. Ooh, fun. I like that. I'm gonna add some yellow too. Just a little bit of yellow. Oh, good. That's great. Not too much yellow. Mixed with that blue there. Didn't want that. Cover that up with this lighter color. There. That works. Good. I like this. Keep this warm, bright. Wonderful. And then through here, it's kind of darker again. Vary it a little bit through here. And kind of like that. Sort of like that. Some of these darker colors could be fun. All right, now this lighter orange, sort of mix it with that. It's darkened up a little bit. That's a lot of orange to that. There. Sort of through here. Kind of these rocky areas where there's no snow. Maybe some right through here. There. Coming through here. Maybe some of that orange color right here. That's interesting. Very interesting. Good. Why don't we just do that? Just moving that around. Add more of this burnt umber. We can kind of sweeten up this line here. Or that burnt umber color. Darken it up. Nice. What I want to try to accomplish is to have the sun kind of streaking along here, making this line. Some of these things are very bright and some of them are dark. And trying to see that, kind of make that happen. And that's looking really good. Good, good, good. Blending these. Fun. The illusion of detail. Little marks here and there. They'll communicate something. And the viewer can kind of figure it out in their minds. And then they'll walk up really close and they'll say, what the? All right, through here, I want to add a few darker colors. Not too much, just a little bit. And on top of that, we'll add this lighter snow color. Kind of laid on like that and that. Very, very good. This is really fun so far. And as we keep going and add some of these darker areas, I hope it'll look more and more like the sun is just kind of coming across these ridges. Hitting it. There. A lot of different colors. I like it when snow isn't too boring. It has a lot of texture and color to it. All right, this lighter color to really make this just kind of pop. Even more white there. I want to make it, not even mixing it all the way. I want to make an even brighter white. There. Just kind of sweeten up some of these areas. Make that really bright. And a little bit through here. And here. Fun. Kind of blending these areas where the mountain meets the sky. far away. I don't want too many hard lines right against that there. Varying it, keeping it random, thinking about the way the mountain could be shaped here. Fun. Very good. And as I move my brush, random things happen that I wasn't expecting, and you learn to go with it. Just go with it. Trust your hand. Like I've said many times, you are nature, and nature doesn't make mistakes. Nature doesn't make mistakes, and you are nature. Isn't that comforting? I love that, and it's the truth. Many times we deny who we really are. We are happening all around us. We are life itself. We're not just our little ego. We're not just our little mind. We make our heart beat, and we don't know how. And dare I say, we make the mountains grow, and we don't know how either. You're not a problem to be solved. You're a song to be sung. You're a dance. You're a play. You're not something that's broken. You're perfect, just the way you are. I remember hearing that from Mr. Rogers when I was younger. You're perfect, just the way you are. I don't know if I believed him. Now I do. Now that I'm older. Some of this lighter blue color through here. Kind of making this pop against this darker blue. Ooh, I like that. I want to add a little bit more turquoise to this. Just for fun. Love this turquoise color. There. All right, let's just kind of make some of the snow pop. There. Dark snow in the shadows. Dark snow. Working up a few spots through here, there. Some of this darker color through here, kind of define this area. I want that darker even. A bit of burnt umber there. Good. There. Dark and light, they're both very important. You got to have both in a painting. So we can see them both, because they don't exist without each other. They need each other, the dark and the light. I heard a story once that I think about almost every day. Comes to my mind. I'm sure you've heard it, but if you haven't, that's okay too. I'm going to share it. There was once a farmer. And he had some horses, and this was in ancient China, centuries ago. And this farmer, the horses all got out of the corral. All of his horses, his whole livelihood down the drain. And the neighbors said, "Oh, we're so sorry for you." And the farmer very wisely said, "We will see. We will see." An attitude of patience. We will see. We will see. And then, the next day, the horses had returned to the corral. But they had some new little friends, some other wild horses that came. And now the man had twice as many horses as before. And the neighbors came over and they said, "Oh, how wonderful. Now you have more horses. This is good luck. This is a good thing." And the man said, "We will see. We will see." And then, a couple days later, the man's son was training these new horses that they had. And he broke his leg. Horrible thing. Horrible accident. And the neighbors, showed their support. They said, "Oh, this is so sad. Your son is injured. This is a horrible thing. We're so sorry." The man said, "Oh, we'll see. We'll see." Always thinking, "Oh, maybe I think this is bad news, but maybe it's not. Maybe I shouldn't trust that negative voice in me that says, 'Oh, this is horrible. What a horrible thing for me.' Just say, 'Oh, well, we'll see.'" Well, the very next day, a lot of military people came into town. The nation was at war, and all the young men had to go off. All of the able-bodied young men, but this boy had broken his leg, so he didn't have to go to war. And the neighbors came by and said, "Oh, what luck. Your son didn't have to go off and fight." And the man said, "I don't know. We'll just see what happens next." An attitude of just patience, trust, and not building a story, not building a narrative. That is the problem. We have become addicted to stories, and we think that we are the main character in our Hollywood movie. It's not the case. It's not the case. We are the movie. We're the movie, not the character. And when we realize that we are the whole story, it makes us rest easy. There. I really like this. A lot of this rider snow through here and right through here, just cradled in this. Ooh, it's pretty. Right through here. Very good. And kind of scrub this in. We don't know. We'll have something over there. Ooh, this is a lot of fun coming through here. Let's work through this area. Some more of this snow color. All right, through here, kind of something about like that. There we go. And laying in a lot of this color. Very good. You know me, I love painting the snow in the sunlight and in the shadows. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right. All the way through here. Let's go all the way down. And some through there. Coming up. Through here. Comes up like that. There's this little valley. All the snow just kind of piled up through here. There. Nice. And some of these darker areas kind of coming this way. Nice. Help the snow stand out. Something like that. Now this lighter color, come through here and work it through there. Very good. Go through there, and on this side of this, and coming down here, I want some more orange. A little bit of the white snow on top, just little parts. Good, and right here, this is the divide between the shadow and the light. We'll make sure that that's very well defined here. Ooh, coming along the top of the mountain, sort of blending a little bit with the sky. Ooh, I need to place some more of this snow there. And every angle, every which way, working down. Good. Blending it against the sky. No hard lines against this sky. Not today, sir. Not today. Good. Nice. It's really coming together. A lot of fun. All right, and working up here, I want to make a distinct area, kind of coming down like this. And the snow will be cradled in here, and then some more of that kind of separating those. There. I like that. All right, this darker color. A little bit more through here, and through here. A little bit through there. All right, now this lighter blue. Let's have it come through. Just right there, coming down. Back and forth. Ooh, beautiful. A lot of paint. We really want a lot of paint here. It's fun. When you look at a painting and it grabs your attention with all the texture. That's fun. And we can use that in oil painting. We can use the texture of the paint to communicate the texture of the landscape. It's fun. Little subtle marks that we make, changing the landscape. It's more of this darker blue color. Blue, burnt umber, perfect. A little bit of this lighter blue there. All right. Through here, I want to make this a little bit darker. More blue. Deeper blue. There. And right through here. Even darker than that. Let's just make it darker. Real difference here. There. Kind of like that. Like that. Coming like that. Little value shifts that communicate what's going on here. Nice. Beautiful. If you can tell me what that's from in the comments, that would make me very happy. Not even gonna give you a clue. If you know that song, let me know you know it. That's a beautiful melody. There's nothing like it. A beautiful song hits you. Gets your soul. Nothing like it. I love all of these different art forms that people have discovered. And they each share a different category. They each are distinct art forms. For example, sculpture, three-dimensional. That's great. You can communicate things that you can't with painting. It's not a competition between the two. Now, Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo had a feud over what was better, painting or sculpture. It's a silly argument because both of them are separate, wonderful things. Different. And so sculpture is three-dimensional. You can walk around the thing. That's great. It offers you a unique perspective. And then painting, man, you can't sculpt a countryside. It's too vast. It's too big. But you can paint it. And you can really communicate distance and depth with paintings. And you can capture a person's essence with painting, with portraiture. That's very important. But it's not as three-dimensional as sculpture. Then we've got literature. Literature is exciting because you can kind of enter the writer's mind and get a sense of their view of the world. Unlike any other medium, writing can communicate the author's view of the world. And that's very exciting. They can really get that across. Very clear, direct, good writing. Man, it's hard to beat. But now you've got another medium, film. Now, film is exciting because it's kind of like a book, but it takes actual actors, real locations. Well, maybe not so much today with all the computer animation, but it takes real people putting it together. I've heard before that an artist needs a brush, but a director needs an army. And that's very true. Filmmaking is a collaborative, big production. And I would know. I've filmed for many years. Filmed a movie recently. It's going to be in theaters. And filming is a wonderful art form. It's very good. Very legitimate art form. But it is big, and it requires money. People, usually. A lot of money. A lot of care, a lot of time. Investors. Painting, though, is interesting because it's just me and the brush. Yeah, I bought the canvas. It wasn't too much money. Just me and the brush. It's fun. But every art form is legitimate for different people. And we can enjoy multiple art forms. That's okay, too. We don't have to just embrace one. We can do many, many different things. Ooh, coming down like that. Subtle textures. Nice. I want some yellow right here. I think this will really communicate that the sun is just hitting. A little bit more orange. There. Can make that a little bit brighter in a minute. All right. Take this white, a little bit of yellow to it. Okay, brightest parts of the mountain, a little bit of orange too. Brightest parts. Mix up some white, but not mix it all the way. There. And now we'll just tease a few of these areas. A little bit more. Right through here. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Love it. I'm going to blend to the top of this little guy. There. Up, down. Ooh, the top of this. Bring that up again. Good. Blending down. Random contours. Varying it. Up, down. And coming like that. And then behind that, I've got this other guy. Can really just blend it. Blend it. Very far away. Very far away. Good. You know, I've been getting a lot of comments. It's very kind. A lot of comments. People saying, hey, you're like Bob Ross, you know? Well, I will say that you know. If there was only one basketball player in the world, and then you started playing basketball, people might compare you to that basketball player because they only know one. But I think that talking and painting, this is also an art form. That may sound pretentious, and it probably is. But I like doing this. I've enjoyed talking to the camera since I was a little boy. I just love it. Say whatever, doesn't matter. Just talk. Some people enjoy that. And not just painting is my passion. It's not just painting, it's talking and painting. Isn't that strange? What a strange passion of mine. Talking and painting at the same time. And yet it's what I've discovered that I love so much. Meant to do it. Coming up here with a little bit of this blue in the distance. Right through here, kind of scrubbing this in. A little bit lighter. Working all the way over here to the edge of the canvas. Pretty much one color through here. It's far away. Far away. There. Right up to here. Far away. A little bit of this lighter color here and there, just where the sun's in. Not too much. Just a little bit of interest. Maybe a little bit of pink. That'd be fun. There. A little bit of pink. But not too much. Not too much. Lighten it up. There. Good. And I just started doing this, you know. I look forward to doing this for many, many years. I just love talking and painting. It's fun for me. It's enjoyable. And I truly believe that each of us can find our true passion, the thing that we are uniquely built for, the thing that makes us happy. And in life, the more things we find that can be our meditation, the better. The more things, the better. Make doing the dishes meditation. The things you hate, let's just turn everything into a beautiful present moment where we can truly be ourselves and be who we really are, not our thoughts. I've thought a lot about this lately. Our thoughts. We identify with them, and we think we are our opinions. We start believing that we are our opinions, which we're not. We're not opinions. We're people, and our opinions change. How can you be something that's constantly changing? Why identify with something that is constantly changing when you can identify with something that is eternal? Nature, life, abundance, everything happening around you. It's beautiful and it lasts forever, and you are a part of it. And when we approach life that way, participating with that power of nature, getting into it, relinquishing control, and saying, well, my human mind doesn't know all the answers. As soon as we admit that we don't have all the answers, things really start to improve. They did for me. What a strange thought. You know, we think, oh, if I'm not trying as hard, there must be something wrong. Life is hard. Life is difficult. It has to be hard. There has to be a problem. I have to be stressed out. Otherwise, I'm accepting this, and I can't accept this life. I don't like it. We can accept this moment and still wish to improve, but we can love this moment that we're in. We can accept it. We can do that. We need to give ourselves permission to be happy. That's all it takes. Many of us don't want to be happy. We say we want to be happy, but we don't. We're addicted to drama. We're addicted to problems. Oh, they make us so happy. All of the drama, all of the problems, we think they're a justification for our existence. If we just work harder, if we just try harder, maybe all of our problems will go away. It's not true. But we fall for that lie. Most of our lives. Keep working harder and harder at getting things to go our way instead of surfing life. Approaching it like a game or a song. Life isn't a problem to be figured out. It's a song to be sung. It's a dance to be enjoyed in the moment. When you're dancing, and these great world-class dancers. My wife watches Dancing with the Stars. And these amazing world-class dancers, you better believe it. When they're in that zone, they're not thinking about technique and how to do it right. They give up. They surrender. And that's when the beauty comes out. They all know. Everyone who's into these things, the arts, we all know. I'm just saying it. It's all about surrender. And that doesn't help your pride, does it, when you surrender? You can't give credit to yourself for your successes. You can't own those successes, which hurts our pride. We want those successes. I did this. I built my life. I did it all. It was all me. No. You didn't accomplish anything. None of it matters. The sun is literally going to consume our earth within millions of years, and everything will be dust. And you think you've made a difference? That's funny. You think your life matters, even if you're the greatest person who's ever lived that accomplished so many things? Doesn't matter. You build a kingdom. You become the wealthiest person on earth, and you have nothing. You own nothing. But if you give up and realize who you truly are, which is life itself, then you have everything. All right, I've gotten way too preachy today. But I needed to hear these things. I needed to hear them myself. And this is my therapy session. And if I guard myself or stop myself from saying something because I think that people won't like it, then this isn't the art for me. You know, I really need to speak my mind. Say things the way they are, the way things I think they are. That's important for me. All right, we're working through here, making a lot of headway, and these mountains are looking beautiful, and the sun is just zinging across, but there's a lot more work to do as we work down. And we're going to blend some areas and try to draw the eye to these peaks, having them be the sharpest points of the composition. All right, I'm going to step back and look at this from a distance. All right, some more white. Gonna go through half a tube today. That's okay. Good, good, good. A little bit brighter, just the smallest amount brighter. Okay, just here and here. There. Beautiful. Just some of this. Gonna give this some dimensionality through here. Snow's coming down. There. It's nice. And darker through here. It's more of that dark color. Sort of through here. There. A little bit darker here. I'm doing these distant trees that are coming down. I thought it'd be fun to have these layers. These are very distant, bluish trees, very far away. Kind of blend it in. Some of these strokes just to imply that they're trees. Just a little bit. Not too much. Upward strokes. There. Kind of fading away into nothing. Right through here, just fading away. Good. Beautiful. Let's have this continue. And a little bit darker. Blend it. There. Go right up to this. Slightly different values, communicating a little bit of depth between these two planes here. Good. Coming down. Far away. Just blending. Good. Something like that. A little bit of darker blue. Right? Through here. Not too much. Just a little bit. Blend that out. Good. Very good. Just kind of going off into nothing here. Maybe a little bit of this orange hitting right there. A little bit of white. White and orange. You need some more orange soon. Gonna need some more orange. Just a little bit. Kind of going off into nothing. All right. Perfect. Some of this brighter color. Some brighter snow right here. Right through here. So, forgiveness implies that we were hurt. It's just an interesting idea to me. What interests me the most is self-forgiveness, forgiving yourself. Saying, well, the older me didn't have all the information. I didn't know. Now I know better. And I forgive that past self for what they did. It's very interesting. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself and forgiving others. They're not that different. Not that different. Good. And just bright parts right through here. All right. I want to blend this. Blend this shadow. Coming up. Kinda like that. A little bit of this lighter color. Good. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, these guys way over here. We're going to have some fun. Mix up a blue. A little bit darker. A little bit of Prussian, a little bit of burnt umber. Prussian and burnt umber. There. All right, coming up here, just far away. This mountain. Very far away. All right. Just kind of all this area. It's very foggy, very misty, very far away. And then a little bit darker right here. Just to kind of separate these two. Like that. Good. A little bit darker. And coming right up here. Coming up to this, we'll make this line a little bit darker. Then we'll blend it. Two very similar values, but they communicate distance. Very good. A little bit darker right on this edge. Just make that show up. And a little bit lighter like there's mist right through there. Good. Now, some of this orangey color will just hit this a little bit. Sun very far away, just kind of hitting just the tops of some of these little ridges. All right, not too much detail. We'll kind of blend that out. There. All the way to the edge of the painting. There. I always love ideas of what to paint next, so in the comments, if you want to let me know what painting I should do next, just let me know. I might do it. If it makes me excited, I'll do it. But I love ideas. I just love ideas. So send them my way. Tell me what I should paint, and I'll think about it. Just might pick it. That'd be fun. For the longest time, I thought that I couldn't be a good painter until I realized that it's not about the painting. It's really not. It's about the care, the love that you have. It comes through. People want to see that. They want to see your perspective, not somebody else's. They don't want to see you trying to be somebody else or copying somebody else. They want to see you being you. And you can do that. When I realized that, that felt great. To just know that my perspective was worth something. Even if people said it's not, that doesn't mean that's true. My perspective is unique and worthy. All right. Nice. All right, and working down, we're going to extend this, put in this darker blue ridge of trees, and then even darker here. Work our way to this straight line where the water is. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, some more of this Prussian blue, a little bit of white, and burnt umber. All right, some of this blue color coming up here. Along here, we're just going to place it in. And along the edge, we'll go up and down like it's a tree line. Right up to this edge. Very far distant trees. Very far away. Good. Right through here. Same color. Just this deep blue. It'll look like distant hills. Distant trees. Different planes working our way forward. They get darker and darker, and that communicates depth. And in a painting, that's fun. I like that. I like that depth to be communicated. And we do that with different values. Painting is all about values, not just color. How bright or how dark a color is. And as we do landscapes, and the landscape is coming towards us, closer and closer, that can be very important. All right, I just want to blend the tops of these trees because I don't want them to stand out too much. Just blending the paint. Very far distant trees between these two colors, lighter and darker. Blending those colors together. Good. Very far away. We don't know. Just very far. Nice. And we can bring that dark color all the way down. All the way down here. And as we get a little bit lower, we can lighten it up just a touch. Like it's fog. It's just continuously astounding to me that we can use a brush and some color and we can create these vistas. It's incredible to me. Now some artists like to focus on the human face. My brother, he's an artist, and he loves to paint people. He loves to paint people. I like to paint this. But maybe I'll change. Maybe later in my life I'll paint portraits more. I've only done a few portraits. Only a few. I just love painting nature. I just love it. It's too alluring for me right now. So I just keep painting it. A lot of paint. Just putting a lot of this on here. Just covering the canvas. A lot of paint. All the way down. Like that. Good. Those distant trees. Make one or two stand out. There. Very subtle. Very subtle. Good. And through here, almost the same color. Just a little bit lighter at the base. I'll do that first. Not that light. There. Kind of blending into this. Like that. Slightly lighter color. And then as we go down here, it'll just all fade into the same blue. Same exact blue. Good, good, good. The important thing here is a lot of paint. It's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. But I like to see paintings with a lot of paint on them. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I've always been drawn to that texture. I like a lot of paint. I don't like to see that canvas texture too much. Not too much. I want to cover that up. I want to let my painting marks sort of communicate some three-dimensionality. That's fun for me. But every painter has their own style, their own things that they like, and that's okay. All right, very subtle, and coming through here, we'll just kind of reestablish this line and then blend it. Different brush strokes going different angles will make it look like they're different colors when they're not really very different. It adds a lot to a painting. Just blending. There. Beautiful. Lots of different marks. And through here, just kind of vertical marks like there's trees really far away. Very pretty. A little bit lighter towards this. Good. Working our way back farther, 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 and then blending it. Blending these. Distant trees. A lot of them. And what I love about this painting is that. We're looking at that. That's our focal point. And having a good focal point is just nice. That's nice. It's a good thing. Something to look at. Something to say, hey, this is why this painting was made. Composition is very important. Where we put things. Very important. And how do you know your composition is working? You feel it. You know. It's instinct. You know. Trust yourself. Trust your heart as you paint. Ooh, all these distant trees coming back. Just little marks. Working our way up the mountain. Very subtle. All the way back here. Very subtle. Good. Some trees right through here. Good. Working our way. All of these trees coming down the side of this hill. Now, as I've worked here today, my canvas has become more and more loose. And a way to fix that is to spray the back with some water. I do that sometimes. Right now I'm holding it with my hand to kind of tighten it up because I'm lazy. I don't want to take it off and spray it. This works just fine. Working our way down that tree line all the way through there. Magnificent. Now, this guy. Pretty much the same color. Let's see if it'll work. Good. dark blue. I like that. Very good. Starting at the top here. Kind of downward strokes like they're trees. Blending those. Good. All the way back there. Good. And coming down this way. The trees continue all the way down this line. And I hope it'll blend here and be kind of the same color. Maybe a little bit darker. I'll just put in a little bit of darker color. There. What that burnt umber? Okay. And kind of like that. Kind of like that. All that depth. And what I love about this is this idea of all that depth, but then leading down to this line. Really, nature, it's incredible. All these parts are working up and then a geometric line straight across. Very bold. I love that. Coming down, lots of trees. Lots of distant blue trees. All the way along here, blending. Just one stroke at a time, and I want a little bit lighter. Kind of like there's mist. Oh, good. Look at this. This mist is working its way up. Good. Not a hard line. Got to really blend these. They're distant, far away, tender little trees. Tender little trees. Gotta love this and caress this. You just gotta love these value shifts. Really honor them. Slightly different value shifts communicate so much. Good. Working down all the way to this line here, and I want to make it very dark right along this. Even darker. Right along the line. And come through here. Good. Working right up to this line. Good. A little bit lighter at the base. Just slightly. Some mist coming off the water. Makes it a little bit lighter. Good. And all the way down here, we're going to start working on this water. It's going to be very different. It's going to be these horizontal strokes, not vertical. That'll help it stand out and be unique. We'll put some fun colors in there, some turquoise, some reflections from these bright parts. That'll be good. All right. All through there. Very nice. Just some of these upward strokes. Ooh, all the way to that edge. Nice. All right, we're going to take the rest of this brush and put it right here. A lot of this burnt umber. We're going to make it dark color. Ooh, that's dark. That's good. And we're going to use this for the trees that are closest to us. Very dark. Oh, that's great. Pushes everything back. That darker value is all that we need. Pushes everything back. Makes every other layer just go back into the distance a little bit more. And it's just so small here. I think it helps compositionally too. Kind of having this darker area. There. Thinking about what it would be like at the base of this lake here, standing by these trees, looking out at the water, turning around, seeing this big mountain behind you. Nature is incredible. Takes your breath away. Sure does. Nature is special. You can't own it. It's not ours. You can't keep it forever. We think we own things. That's mine. Well, right now. Not forever. You're going to die. Someone else will grab it. I own this painting. I own this house. Well, you're going to die and someone else will live in that house. Then they'll own it. So, what are you saying? There's a piece of paper that says you own it? Right now? Okay. But when you realize who you are, truly, you own the whole world. The whole world is yours. Because you don't need to do anything with it. You have nothing to accomplish. You can see a pretty house. There. Saw it. Person who owns it gets to see it too. You don't need to own everything. Take possession of it to be wealthy. Wealth is a perspective. Doesn't matter how much money you have. You're wealthy when you value what you have, when you value your life, and you think your life is worth something. That's what wealth is. When you can look around you and say, oh, my life is beautiful. I love my life. The ups and downs. I love it all. That's what we always want. But we say, oh, I can't be happy because my life isn't exactly how I want it to be. But if you got everything you wanted, if you got that perfect house and all the recognition and all the people that always doubted you, oh, I was wrong, I'm sorry. They all call you up. Oh, now that you're famous and rich, I'm sorry. You would still be unhappy. You would still have regrets and grudges and anger. And you'd still be worried about that death coming around the corner where you're going to lose everything you have. Still worried about that. Doesn't matter what you think you own. Doesn't matter what you've accomplished. You have it all. You already have it all. You're alive. That's all we need. All right. Beautiful. All the way down. Now we're going to introduce some new colors, some brighter colors. All right. Mixing up some new colors. Let's grab some of this white. Place it right here. Some of this turquoise. Beautiful. Beautiful. I want some more Prussian. Some more Prussian blue. Good. And burnt umber just in case. Burnt umber and blue. Prussian blue. That makes a good black, those two colors together. Good black color. Sometimes add some purple into that black too. All right. Let's grab some of this burnt umber. Some of that burnt umber. Some of this blue. Nice. Ooh. I want a rich, deep, dark watercolor. That kind of feels like water. So I like this turquoise. It really helps my water just quickly kind of get where I want it to be. Some more of this Prussian. Darken that up. Good. All right, taking this color up here, we're going to go across this entire painting from one side to the other, doing sideways strokes. And I'll try my best to have a straight line. But if it's a little bit crooked, that's fine. I'll just try my best. All right. Coming right up against that. And we'll blend it in a minute. We'll really blend this out. Ooh, I love this deep, dark watercolor. A little bit different than the mountain blue, which is what I wanted. Slightly different feel to it. Okay. And maybe over here like that. Perfect. Right up to this line. Not the best at doing a straight line. Coloring inside the lines. I've never been interested in that. All right. Good, good, good. We're gonna blend this. All along here. Just keep blending. Right at the base. One part ends, the other part begins, and it's just very subtle. You want that line very subtle. It's things like this that kind of communicate depth too, where some things are just kind of blended together. Implies distance. All right, a little bit of this white, a little bit lighter version there. A bit brighter in the middle. And there we go. And coming right through here, blending. Land's not perfectly flat in real life because, you know, it's going to kind of move back and forth. We're just so far away from it that it looks perfectly straight. But we can have a little bit of variation. It'll be fine. Oh, probably a little too high there. Gonna knock that down. There. Perfect. Just blending this out. Right up to the tree line, very far away. Very far away. Horizontal strokes back and forth all the way around. There. That's a good distant color. Nice. Very vibrant, very vivid. And let's mix up a slightly brighter version of this with a little bit of that there. Now, a little bit more white and some red. All right, right along here. I want to kind of just have a very slight line, not too much, not too much. Just here and there. Nice. Just a little bit of a line. Bringing some trees down into this, blending this. Very good. Very good. All right. And working down. Let's mix up a slightly lighter color. I need it more white. I'm excited for this. A bit brighter. Turquoise. Let's do that. Mix it with that blue. And a little bit of yellow, a little bit of turquoise. There. More of this blue and burnt umber. We'll knock it down a little bit. More of this turquoise. And I like this for parts of it, but I want to make a darker version. So I'm going to add some more Prussian and burnt umber over here. And I'll make slightly darker. version with that turquoise. We'll put this down first, and then that brighter color. All right, coming up here, I want some lines between these two that are going to be kind of brighter to separate some of them with just the start of reflections, but I want to kind of place this in here. Slightly lighter blue, not by much. Not by much. A little bit brighter between these two. There. And working down. Really want to kind of get this whole area here. Ooh, that's nice. Let's keep doing that. Back and forth. Back and forth. Really pushing hard onto the canvas. Okay. Getting this lighter color in so we can put, the darker color in so we can put in the lighter color. Add a little bit more detail to the water. That's fun. Very good. All right, now with this brighter blue color, we can sort of add horizontal lines to just give the indication that the sun is catching a little bit of this water. Give some texture to it, back and forth. There. Slightly different value. A little darker blue, a little bit lighter of a blue. We can do all this with just a few strokes. There. All the way to the edge. It's great. Longer strokes too. Letting the canvas show through on a few of these parts to look like brighter highlights on the water. It's kind of fun. Great. Now I want this kind of like yellow ochre bright color. There. A little bit of white. Good. We don't want to draw the eye too much to these areas, but I want to give the indication of some of these reflections starting to happen. We don't even need to cover the canvas on all of these parts because the color is so close. Working back like that. Okay. And right here. And blending these two a little bit. Just a little bit. All the way back. Just like that. All right. Now, working forward. A little bit darker maybe right through here. Working forward, we're going to do another kind of different section of this water with a little bit of deeper color in it. Some darker blue and burnt umber here. There. Some white. Okay. Burnt umber. Good, good, good. All right, coming through here, I'm going to scrub this in. Scrub it in. Want a lot of dark areas. Paint will show through. We'll do lighter on top. But I want this to be a little bit darker first. Going across. Big dark marks. Make some more of this. Blue, burnt umber, that, a little bit of this. White. There. Wonderful. All the way into this corner. Let's get that corner nice and dark. I like the corners of my paintings to be pretty dark. Just get a lot of that paint onto the canvas. Good, good, good. Especially at the base here. Let's just really get this dark. All the way to the base, along the edge of the canvas here. Just covering this with a lot of paint. I like a lot of texture down here. It's closer to us and the water is going to be choppy. We're going to have some beautiful textures and reflections. But it'll really look great when it comes down to this dark base here. A little bit more of this dark color. When it comes through here, it's going to look really good. More dynamic because of this darker color. Darker than these other ones. Because it's closer to us. Good. All the way across the bottom. It's important to get all the way across. Sometimes I forget. I try my best. Nobody's perfect. Sometimes I leave parts of the canvas a little bit bare. All right. All the way across the bottom there, and then more kind of closer to this. Excellent. Oh, I'm really loving this painting. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? This is a fun painting. A lot of fun. Very enjoyable. All right. Now this lighter blue color. Let's just put some of these marks in. Come down here. The highlights, or the darker color for the background kind of becomes the brighter color here. All right. All the way across. Over here. Really fill that in, going back and forth. This is really great so far. This is a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this so far. But we're not done yet. There's more work to do. Let's not celebrate yet. Okay. Some more of these highlights here. I'm gonna kind of put some of these in. Like through here, maybe. We'll get a little bit brighter in a minute. But place these in first. And something like that. I want to be reflecting this peak here. Oh, well, it's over here. There. And more through here. Good, good, good. Maybe a little something right through here. We'll add more to this. We'll make it brighter. Okay. More of this darker blue color. Make it a little bit darker. Very good. back and forth here. There. Some more of this blue, a little bit darker. All right, that's good. Just varying the color, mixing up different batches of it. Good, good, good. Oh, that's nice. Scrubbing this in, some of this darker blue. Why not? Love the water. Love painting water. It's very enjoyable. It's a fun thing. If you're just starting out painting, hey, paint some water. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Just do a bunch of little strokes with different colors. It'll look like water. But keep the strokes horizontal. Not too crooked. That's important. All right. All the way through here. Just like that. Scrubbing some of these areas in. Paint that's already there. Good. Starting to kind of look like reflections. What I want to do now is come through here with this blender brush. Go back and forth. Then I want to do another layer on top of this water. I want to get this nice and blended. Just like it's far away. Just really blend it back and forth. It just needs a little bit more attention. There. Back and forth. Trying to be as horizontal as we can. Think lake thoughts. Going all the way from the sides. We don't have to have it all covered, just whatever's there. Let's just pull and stretch. There. Blend that. Very good. All the way to this edge. Blending that. Good. Beautiful. Wonderful. There. Okay. Now we can come in with some very, very bold highlights. And we can do that with white, yellow ochre. There. Beautiful. That'll be a good color. All right, coming up here with this reflection color, I want to really glob it on, right through here. A lot of paint, all the way across. Just really place it on confidently. Big marks. Good. And through here. And through here. Big, bold reflections coming across. Coming across the water. This part should not have reflections. You probably caught that before I did. Sometimes it's important to step back so we have a better perspective. When I'm painting, I'm so up close that sometimes I lose track of the big picture. And that's when I know I need to step back. That's when I know we need to step back. Kind of like in life. when we get too close to our situation and our story and we take it too seriously, we need to take a step back. Reevaluate. Hey, do I like living this way? Always angry, always upset? Or do I want to be free? How do I want to live? Mired in the problems of the world? Or do I want to create my own world? Oh, look at that. Little sideways strokes. Taking these and blending them. Ooh, that's fun. Straight as I can. Straight as I can. Oh, good. There. Kind of bring that like that. Fun. And some here. We don't know. I want to add some of this to the mountain. First, I want a little bit more with this water. Just some confident orange. Beautiful. Just a little bit more. Pretty, pretty. Some of that orange color really says a lot. It says sunshine. Ooh. All right, I want to bring this orange color up here and just kiss. This can ruin the painting if we do too much, but just warm it up. Warm it up. Coming down. Ooh, it's a hot, bright sun, morning sun cutting through the darkness. Just revealing this beautiful scene. A little bit of orange. Not too much. There. A little bit of this orange right there. And some more yellow, orange, and a little bit of white. Come right up through here. Place just a few more marks. All right. Okay, now what I want to do is blend this water a little bit more and then add some more highlights again. I want to go back and forth, really blend this. No hard edges. Right across the water. There. Nice. Just blending it all. All the way over here and up in here. There. I want to add a little bit of darker color to my brush and kind of darken this up along here. Like distant reflections of the water, of the trees here. Distant reflections. And this line, maybe we'll use this blender brush. Just go back and forth, all the way across. Just kind of blend that into oblivion there. Nice. Back and forth here. Good. Look at that natural variation in the paint that we have now. And now we can come in with some very bright, strong highlights. And we'll grab this bright snow color, mix it with this. Okay. And just right through here. Ooh, those are bright reflections. And right here, just whatever. Whatever. Very enjoyable, very fun. Very, very fun. Maybe some little lines around these just to break things up. Nice. There's a lot going on. I like to think that we're in a boat going here. Maybe there's a cabin way far away. Pull in there and there's a nice cozy cabin. And we're just going towards it on a boat. We just want to get there. Okay. Nice. Just these little guys help communicate this water just a little bit more. You know, I just want to work in a little bit of pink. Not too much, but some pink. Because of those clouds up top. I think we need to show that. Not too much, but here and there. Work this pink color. Right through here. There. Pretty. Pretty. All right. And with that, I'm going to call it quits. And thank you for being here with me. This is just great. When you can stay and watch these videos and just really enjoy this time with me, I love it. And I'm grateful that you guys stick around and that you enjoy this. I'm really grateful. And with that, see you next week.